What is a witch's favorite subject in school? Spelling.
I thought I was supposed to guess.
Well, you took too long. We
didn't
can't
give
have
me a
dead
chance.
air on the podcast. These people don't want to hear silence, Brandy. Okay? I thought that was appropriate as we move into October, into Halloween time. Although, Are they even trick-or-treating? They're talking about getting rid of trick-or-treating and not doing that because you'll die from COVID or something.
I'm pretty sure Bluffton's going to trick or treat.
You damn right we are. This is pre-recorded, by the way, because there's some stuff going on in this podcast that we, you'll find out in a few minutes, I'm sure. But so exciting stuff, but we kind of had to wait and on a time release. So hopefully this is out before Halloween, and I'm not late to the game with my joke. But just know that it's the 24th of September. So, anyways, how's it going?
Good.
How was your day today?
Started
Brandy.
off rough.
By the way, we've got Brandy on today, if you're just listening, which is my beautiful wife, the mother of my children. Did I say that funny? Children. And I thought it'd be fun to have her on and talk about sort of like the early beginnings of Tactical Baby Gear because, you know, it's our fault, your fault, it's Kendall's fault. It's Kendall's fault. And what that looked like. And, you know, people always want to kind of like hear the origin story. So I thought it'd be kind of cool to hear a little bit of that from your perspective and let the listeners get to know you a little bit more. She's so shy, you guys. Like she won't even look at the camera. If you're watching on YouTube, you're just like,
this is going to be on YouTube?
Yeah. Don't you watch our podcast, Brandy?
I listen to the podcast. I don't.
All right. So you are at home in the midst of virtual learning, teaching some kids, and you are not a teacher. How's that going?
No. The first day was definitely the worst.
Yeah.
Kendall's first assignment, she had to do like an emotion one about how she's feeling about, you know, the first day. And she just wrote sad across the board. And so then her teacher messaged me and was like, is Kendall okay? I was like, yeah, she was just in a mood. She wouldn't change it. I tried to get her to change it. I was like, listen, Kendall, this is going to make me look really bad. If all you're saying is that you're sad, like, can you please just like change it to excited or something and we'll talk about this later. Right. She wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and Kendall's like that. She is her own personality and like what she wants to do is what she wants to do. And Cameron's sort of the same way. It's kind of a blessing and a curse, but I thought it was interesting that the teacher messaged you as if it wasn't the first day of virtual learning in a completely upside down world that no one is familiar with or used to or anything. And on day one, they're like, is everything okay? Like, no, nothing is okay. The entire world is on fire and burning down. And I'm over here trying to pretend to be a teacher and it's a shit show. I can't get logged into Zoom things and this and that, and this link doesn't work.
Yeah, that was hard too.
I was that the same day I came back home.
Yeah,
oh,
I had
that's
to go
right.
help Suzanne get Emmy logged in, and Suzanne was in tears. So yeah.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
Yeah, because she couldn't get Emmy's login.
Login. So then I came home to relieve you, so you could go help her.
So that screwed Kendall up too, and I told the teacher that happened too. I was like, our day started off crazy.
It was a hot mess. Virtual learning. I mean, it's like for us, for our kids, probably the worst possible learning environment. I think for any kids, not just us, but probably for most, especially the young ones who are in first grade and they've only been in kindergarten or even people starting kindergarten. They have no prior school experience and they're expected to be in this like classroom learning environment. And you've got teachers telling kids that don't even know how to read to like type a question. They can't even read. How do you expect them to type a question in this chat thing? Like, are you out of your mind? Come on now.
Well, Cameron was a rock star, except for that one day we had a day.
It was 2 days.
Oh, yeah. Well, the first day she was sick, apparently. But
sick in air quotes here.
But then I made her go at like a couple hours after school started. Okay. And then I can't remember what day it was that she had her meltdown and
take a deep breath.
That was literally.
Yeah, it was stressful. I remember the amount of messages and screenshots and tears and nights of crying and upset and the kids, it's awful. I wish nothing more than to get the kids back in school and in a classroom in a proper learning environment where they can separate themselves from home. Because let's be honest, since before summer break, since spring break.
Yeah, before spring break.
Before spring break, they've been at home. So trying to get kids to separate home from school, it's like their fun play zone from summer just turned into a classroom, you know, and it's like, wait, but this is summertime, I'm at home, and now they're expected to just sit there and learn. It's been an interesting transition. It's gotten better.
Yeah, and they go back in like 2 weeks for 2 days on. Back
in school for 2 days a week, and then back at home for 3 days a week, or 3 days of the week.
Right. One will be virtual learning, and the other two will be something. I'm not clear on what that even is. But.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so we're sympathizing with everyone else who's doing virtual learning. It's like, I'm not a fan of it. I think it's ridiculous that the kids aren't in school. I understand some of the point of views on it, but I just
think that it's crazy that all the restaurants are open, all, you know, stores, all these things where people can be together, but like the kids can't be in school together.
Yeah.
But we can go out to a restaurant.
Not to mention that for a lot of kids, school is a better and safer place for them to be than it is at home. You know what I mean? Like there's child abuse happening. There's all kinds of things at school. Like kids can get fed. Not every school is delivering lunches to the house like our school system is. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. It really frustrates me, and I feel bad for a lot of the families who are stuck in the situation that we're in. We've been very fortunate. Like we're thankful trying to downplay that. Like we've been very fortunate and what we have available to us and the resources in our school system, but not everyone's quite that lucky, and I can only imagine how like bad it is for some at home. Mm-hmm. So anyways, let's talk about the real reason you're here, Brandy. Okay. Let's talk about it. Some of you, if you follow all of our other channels on social media, Instagram, Facebook, my personal stuff, Beav Brody, which is part of the reason I have my camera here on the table with me is, you know, we've got some vlog action going on my Beav Brody YouTube channel. So check that out. You want to tell him? You want me to tell him?
What are we talking about right now?
What? Only the biggest news ever. Are you kidding me?
You can do it, Beav.
We're expecting another baby, and I'm super pumped.
You are excited.
I'm jacked. Are you kidding me?
Like shining. Ever since you found out.
I'm on another level. And by the time you guys hear this, who knows how far we are. I don't know when we're going to put this out, but we're expecting, and I couldn't be more excited. Brandy's like she's excited. I know she's excited because she's been harassing me for years. Like, let's have another one.
But I was kind of kidding because like our kids are so like self-sufficient now for the most part that the idea of having a baby like didn't.
Well, they're 6 and 9. They get up in the morning. They can make their own breakfast. They do all their own things. It's like
we can travel with them a lot easier. It's just like easy.
No daycare, none of that kind of stuff. So like that is great. Mm-hmm. And you've harassed me for years. Like we can have another one, and I'm like, yeah. And I'm like always kidding around, right? Like, oh, if we had a boy, and you're like, but I want another girl. And I'm like, your sales pitch sucks. Right? Like that's the thing I always say. And you're like, but another girl. But then when the kids are at their absolute worst is when I remind you, I'm like, we could have another one. And you're like, I hate you. No. And I'm like, see?
No, I'm excited. Wasn't excited about the timing specifically because tomorrow I'm leaving for a winery, which that's not going to be fun.
You're still going to go.
It'll still be fun, but
you'll have fun with your girlfriends and all that kind of stuff. But
and then we were supposed to be drinking margaritas in Mexico in 2 weeks, and we're not doing that either. So, you know,
I tell you what, that was like the one. She's like, she knew the whole time planning for this trip to Mexico for like my best friend's wedding. And it was supposed to happen in June and got postponed from COVID. And then she was like, if we can't go to Mexico for any reason, I'm going to be so upset, blah, blah, blah. And then Brandy, you know what? I think you put this on yourself, just like the hurricane, because she gave this like crazy scenario one time where she was like, if I get pregnant or something like that and I can't go to Mexico, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, right, whatever. And then here we are 2 weeks from going and we find out you're pregnant. Oh, yeah. So we canceled that trip because traveling internationally into Mexico currently.
Well, mostly
and
because...
like you're what? Like, let's talk about this.
Okay.
You say you're 5 weeks.
I am. No, I'm 4 weeks in like a couple days.
Oh, okay.
Like, so 4.5 weeks.
But it's really actually like 3 weeks because we can
if you Google it, you'll understand
It's not, but it's not. I don't care how they track it. We think we know when this happened.
Yeah, we know.
And that was 3 weeks ago. So how can you tell me you're 4 weeks?
Because they technically count that is why when I call the doctor, they say
There's no technical about a week in advance. It didn't happen a week in advance. So let's talk about the realities. Why don't you get an realities.
OBGYN on here and talk?
Okay, so let's for us gentlemen or people that maybe don't quite understand, how do they technically track something that's obviously inaccurate?
I don't know what you just said.
You're telling me they track it based on something.
Yes,
technically,
you are due
4 weeks.
40 weeks from the first day of your last
period.
Are we okay?
We're a bunch of adults here. We can say these things. It's all good. Although if you have kids listening to this episode, maybe you don't want to if we start talking about how babies are made or something. So there's your disclaimer.
So anyway, they take that. For that week is technically week 1. Week 2 is your ovulation. And week 3 and that's when you get pregnant. And then from then
So they're counting 2 weeks before? This is so frustrating. So this is anyways.
Confusing me. I Googled it and I know. It's
obviously true then.
I know exactly. Our due date should be June 1st. And if I'm wrong, then we'll talk about that later, but
we're going to have you back on for a correction. So June 1st. I also in my head was like, okay, cool. This will be a June baby. My birthday's in June. I'll have a birthday buddy.
It'll probably be a May baby.
Excuse me.
Because usually
no. Yeah, but you're counting a couple weeks early, so it's clearly wrong. Whatever. I don't really care. Let's talk about, speaking of due dates, let's talk about gender. Let's talk about the kids' reactions so far and how this is all played out.
They've been really nice to me. I'm loving it. So there's
the cutest thing in the world. So I've been documenting this. I have so many things I want to say about all this. I'm beyond excited. I don't think anybody has any idea. Like, I'm pumped.
Well, you know what I was going to say, which is really cool, is I was thinking about a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago, you were talking to me about how you were feeling kind of like in a rut with Tactical Baby Gear, like creatively. Mm-hmm. Like you couldn't really think of new content and ads and stuff like that because you don't really relate to the I felt
anymore. Somewhat disconnected because our kids are so much older now.
Yeah.
And to be the one that drives all the ideas and content and the creative stuff, I was started to feel disconnected from our audience. And I was like, I don't even know baby stuff hardly anymore. Like, yes, we've created incredible products for kids and babies, or for parents really, to take care of the kids. But like, that's kind of, I feel like, we've gotten a little stale in that regard and even with the content, I'm like, I don't know what to talk about anymore. Yeah. I feel like I've talked about it all. I'm like past all of this stuff. And Alex's kids are, young and new, but he doesn't drive a lot of those creative ideas and all in the content. And, he spitballs ideas to me sometimes and I'm like, yeah, cool. Great idea. But
it's different when you're living it.
It's a completely different game. So like, I'm excited for us and for the baby, as a family, first and foremost, but like on the second portion of that, like I'm pumped. It's the second best thing that's happened to the company since the idea from having Kendall. Like this is in our company, and it's really transitioned into like, our mission is to like make the world a better place by getting parents more involved and getting them excited about it, enthusiastic about it. Like a lot of dudes in my position would be like, oh man, I'm having another baby. This sucks. My life is over, blah, 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 blah. But like, I'm pumped. And I think the rest of the world needs that same enthusiasm. So, here we are trying to put out content and create products and do stuff to like get parents pumped about it. And I think this is going to spark a new energy in the company that's going to translate to our audience and our community and future customers and all this stuff, and translate ideally into us actually making like a real impact in the world, into society, to be a better place. Because like parenting's awesome. Having kids is awesome. It's fun. It's cool. And it can be fun and cool and exciting if you choose to like take that approach to it. Or you could be like a Debbie Downer and be mad at the world about it. And, you look at it like your life is over, and that's just not the case. It's like the beginning of a new chapter. and I'm jacked.
Yeah, I'm excited because I was thinking probably a few weeks ago about, not even that long ago, about people that are still having friends of mine that are still having little babies and are pregnant or, have newborns. And that's just such a different stage of life than having like grown kids. Or, I mean, our kids aren't grown, but, like older children. Yeah. And so I was like, oh, I guess that phase of my life is over. And it kind of made me a little sad.
I know. And every time someone would have a kid or we like some baby shower, you'd be like, oh, I want another one. No, and part of me has always wanted the other one, but I never let it show. I would shut her down. She's like, "What are you gonna?" I'm like, "No, I'm not going back to diapers."
I knew you'd be excited though.
Are you kidding me?
Any day, yeah.
I'm so excited. I'm super pumped. And so, anyways, the kids' reaction. So last night, I feel like I've already said a few of these things. So forgive me if I'm talking in circles. I have a lot on my mind. The hamster has been on the wheel since finding out. Like, I was in slight shock for like 47 seconds, and I've been pumped, and like my gears are spinning about all the different things, and like I want to document every minute of it as much as possible.
I'm trying to prepare myself,
which I have been. Like I've got camera here in your face. I'm gonna actually hit record right now so we can put it
close,
in the vlog.
Not feeling my best today.
So I've been filming a lot of stuff. I sat down, I recorded my like thoughts and feelings on the whole thing, and like just had like a raw like 10 minutes talking to the camera about my feelings that night. And then the day after, you took another test, you confirmed everything, because there was one test that said negative.
Yeah, but it was one of those digital ones, and I never used it, and I think I did it wrong. Yeah.
So there was it was like a positive test, a negative test, and then it was like, what the crap? Yeah. So it was like another positive.
But we had like 7 positives.
Yeah. So
we're
by the next morning, we're like, all right, she's definitely pregnant. Yeah. So then we told the kids that night, and I filmed them, and Kendall's reaction was, I'm so happy I have that moment. I've watched it 3 or 4 times today. I've teared up every single time. It's the cutest thing in the world. Kendall, like the kids are in complete shock and awe. Kendall, our youngest, who's 6, like just starts screaming at the top of her lungs in excitement. And then she starts crying. And then she's like, I'm happy, crying. And she pulls her hair back, and she's got tears in her face. And like, they're so excited.
It makes it so fun. Because last time I was pregnant, Cameron was like 2. So she didn't really know what was going on or really care. So it's really fun. Yeah,
she just was excited when Kendall was born, and she just wanted to hold her. So
but even then, it wasn't like, she didn't really probably get what was going on. So it was just really cool.
She just had a baby in her lap sitting on the couch.
Yeah, the girls are really going to be involved.
I can't wait for them to help change diapers. But Kendall goes, not if it's a boy.
I know. I'm scared to change a boy diaper. I don't blame her.
I got this.
Freaking me out.
Kendall wants a girl desperately.
Yeah.
Cameron wants us to have a boy. So, and I obviously want a boy. I've got 2 girls at the house, but like I thought I wanted boys before, but I love these girls more than anything. Like I wouldn't trade having a boy over having either one of them. So I don't really care, but I like, fingers crossed for a boy.
I feel like a girl, I'm so used to girls that I would totally know how to deal with her, and, it would be fine. I feel like a boy, that stresses me out a little bit.
Stresses you out about a boy? Yeah, I feel about girls?
I know.
This is stressful.
But it would be a fun new
Cameron was texting you the other day that she needed a boyfriend.
I know.
Like, are you joking me right now? I've got to go buy some more guns, Brandy. Do you understand? Have you seen what's going on in the world? Have you seen these kids getting snatched up? That's crazy. The thought of bringing another kid into the world with the current state of everything is like, that's like a freaky thing in itself. Like, outside of like everything else. I don't know. You don't pay attention to a lot of stuff.
It's not that I don't pay attention, but I get stressed out about stuff like that, and I don't want to live my life like in fear of things. So I just choose to kind of just
go with the flow. Make smart decisions.
Keep my kids safe, be smart, and just
not live in fear. I'm the same way. Obviously, you and I grew like that, but man, it's crazy. And some of the stuff that I see, like I saw a clip on the internet the other day of some dude like running up to a dad and a child, and he's like trying to snatch this kid out of his arms, and they're just like out at like in a public area. They're got their dog with them, and they're like, take it to the ground, wrestling and fighting. And they got dad's holding on to the child. And this guy's like trying to fight him and snatch his kid and all this stuff. But I don't know that it was in the United States. It looked like it might have been in a foreign country. And I was trying to look at some of the cars in the video because you can tell like they have a different cars in Europe and stuff that you can be like, oh, well that or, license plates you can see on cars. Like that's clearly not in America. It's a foreign country or whatever. But I couldn't really tell. And then it was just like I just saw like this 30 seconds of it. And then something happened. I got a phone call or something. I don't know. I haven't seen it since, but it's crazy. And I try not to be like a headline reader and look at like that stuff. And I think that's a lot of what's happened in society in general is a lot of just headline reading. Yeah, and you not just around facts, that topic, but like around everything, coronavirus, so politics, just headline reading, which is like the worst possible scenario because there's usually just full of BS. But anywho, you're hoping for a girl. I'm hoping for a boy.
I don't know if I'm hoping for a boy. I just obviously cliche. I just want a healthy baby, but
of course,
a boy would be a fun new adventure. Like I think that would be cool. It would take me out of my comfort zone for sure. So, it would be cool.
You didn't want kids to begin with.
No, but it would be cool because the girls love you so much that I feel like I would love to have one that like maybe loves me a little bit more, like a mama's boy. That would be cool.
Those are some daddy's girls.
They are daddy's girls for sure.
Do you think, all right, here's a good question. Do you think we should find out the gender before it's born, or do you think we should wait to find out?
I'm not waiting. Do you think I'm the type that can wait?
No. No. You're like digging to find out what kind of surprise I got you. Like, yeah.
No,
you can't wait.
You're not waiting.
Part of me thinks we should try to wait.
I'm not waiting, Beav. So you can wait. I'm not going to.
Yeah, don't tell me.
Are you serious?
No.
Okay. Because like I want to decorate and stuff.
I know. Well, I can't create super awesome epic content and do some rad gender reveal without knowing what the sex is. So everything that we do is going to be absolutely over the top. You guys, there's so much good content coming. You have no idea. Like aside from, like I said, I'm documenting all of it. So if you guys are interested to watch our like behind the scenes family journey of all of this stuff, like I'm completely shifting gears on the vlog. There used to be a lot of like business content and marketing and trying to like teach people how I've done what I've done to build the business and how you guys can do it and trying to help you guys along that way. And no one really seems to care. So I'm sort of, to be completely honest, I mean, it's a very difficult niche on like YouTube to kind of like break into and for the algorithm to pick up without being unbelievably spammy, which I'm just not willing to do. So I'm switching gears. And we're going like full blown, just like vlog content. If you guys want to follow that behind the scenes family life, that's Beav Brody on YouTube. And I'm super pumped for that. There's going to be a lot of other, like I just shot a video today on like how we prototype and sample products and how I make them. Because we've been working on some updates to the baby carrier and stuff like that. So there's some really cool stuff that I'm doing there. And then there's going to be like the baby gear reviews, baby monitors, cribs, strollers, car seats.
There's gonna be so many more cool things than there was this.
You know how much tech is out there in baby world?
That I know. There's so many.
And I feel so dumb that I haven't been covering any of that stuff up till now. But like I felt disconnected from it. Yeah. Right. And I felt disconnected from it. And I felt like if I tried to review baby gear while not having a baby, it seemed inauthentic to me. Yeah, and I want to only be authentic for our audience and for our consumers. But I also feel like I'm doing it like a disservice to the community by not even just like reviewing the top 5 baby monitors out there and giving my personal opinion. Because like you can test a baby monitor without having a baby. Hey, the signal sucks. If you go 2 rooms over, it drops out and you can't see anything and it's awful. The battery dies. Like you can test that stuff, but like. And I just didn't feel like authentic doing it while not actually having a baby.
There's so many cool things out there now that weren't around.
Bentley makes a stroller. I'm buying a Bentley. We're going to test it. We're going to see if it's worth the money. Are you kidding? Like this is going to be awesome.
Yeah.
I'm going to buy the most expensive crap and then the cheapest crap. And we're going to see if it's worth it.
Sounds good.
We're going to do it all. We are going to like poke holes in all of it. So anyways, I'm excited for that stuff. A few other things that I don't really want to talk about yet. they'll have to find out watching videos. What are you talking about? I can't tell you. It's a secret from you too. Oh. Yeah. What else? What do you?
You were going to talk about the early days of TBG.
Yeah. So let's switch gears from our baby story, and we'll keep you guys updated. I'm going to continue to have Brandy on.
On these?
Yeah, dude. We're going to do some updates.
Hopefully I'll get less awkward.
You're not being that awkward.
Okay.
You're chill.
Am I?
I can't even give you a shot of tequila now to like chill you out.
No.
Brandy on tequila is like
I love tequila.
Another level, next level crazy, like in a good fun way, not like crazy. Anyways, yeah. So when we first started the company, what a lot of people don't realize because maybe they're just becoming aware of us or recently, but like Brandy was like the backbones of this company when I first came up with the idea. And I tell this story a lot in other podcasts that people kind of want to hear the origin story. But what people don't understand is like after we would put the kids to bed, and a lot of times it was I was putting the kids to bed because you didn't get home till 10, 30, 11 o'clock at night from your job. And then you would usually like maybe eat something quickly or change into PJs or whatever. And then we would spend the rest of the night till midnight, 1 a.m., whatever, packing orders, getting things boxed up and shipped out. And
you would be doing kydex too.
That's right.
Yeah, in the garage.
I'd be building holsters. So a lot of what I did in the early days to try to fund a lot of this and to even make money for our family to put food on the table was I used to make custom kydex holsters, like gun holsters. And I did that as like quick cash then to kind of funnel into the business to fund tactical baby gear. So
yeah, I remember when like
Brandy was doing customer service stuff and printing the packing slips and shipping boxes and printing shipping labels and going to the post office and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. It's crazy to think about.
We would get so excited for like someone bought one. If we sold one bag, we were like, oh my God, this is awesome.
Yeah.
We were so excited.
And look at it now. It's really cool. That's why I want to document this whole thing from the beginning with the baby. And like I've documented a lot of stuff along the way for the last, how long I've been doing vlogs for like 3 years now. I think the first vlog I did on that channel was Hong Kong. And I think that was in 2017. Anyways, it's like you feel goofy doing it sometimes and people look at you funny and they're like, God, what a dork, he's vlogging, whatever. But like, it's so cool to be able to look back at those videos and to share it with people. And then people get to follow your journey and get to see how far you've come. And I hope that our story from being pumped about selling one bag to where we are now with a big company with, 12, 15 employees and, all that we have going on. Like, I hope it inspires and encourages people to like, just go for it.
Yeah. Cause we used to hardly be able to pay the electric bill.
Yeah.
Like if we were short on a bill, B would be like, oh, it's okay. I'll sell 2 holsters and then that'll give us enough money to pay the rest of the bill.
Like, no joke. That's where we were at when
yeah.
I started this whole thing. So I hope that our story, and I wish I would have documented more. And a lot of times I don't document a lot of stuff around the business that I feel like later on that I feel like I should, because I don't know. I just don't. I'm like, some things that you just feel like are private or you shouldn't share, you don't want to put out there or whatever. Like I just don't document or don't put it out there. And then I wish I did. Mm-hmm. And this is one of those things that like, I just wish I would have documented more of this, like the early, like I wasn't even making video then.
I wish we had,
you know what I mean? Like, I had like a camera that could take decent pictures and that was it. You just posted that. Was that? Yeah. You shared that picture.
I had some pictures, like, I would take pictures every now and then, but I just wish we would have really like, I don't know. We just didn't really, we were just doing, we weren't really thinking about looking back on that specific time.
Well, because it was just a side hustle then. It was just like a way to make a few bucks then. I'd never, ever, ever would have imagined that it would turn into this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Never in a million years did I think that
and
it's like, it's incredible. It's crazy. It was really all by accident, to be truthful. Yeah. And then we were like, holy smokes, we actually have something here. And then we just like full tilt into it. And it's been awesome. So I'm grateful for all of our customers and everyone that like just decides and chooses to support us and all that. It's really humbling for sure. It's really cool. It's wild.
It is.
All right. We'll keep it short. I don't know. I don't want to run out of things to talk about and get boring for everybody listening. It's fun having you on. Like, not that it's not fun having other people on, but like, this is your first time on.
Yeah.
You got to bring Brandy back into the mix, you guys.
We'll see.
Oh, stop it. Next time you're going to have a big old belly and you're going to be like,
you're going to wait that long? That won't be for a while.
I don't know. Anyways, a few of these times and you're going to be like, hold on, I got to take a break. I have to pee. No, I want to get you in here for some milestone type stuff and let's talk about your experience. I hope it helps people listening.
Well, the milestone today, I threw up for the first time this pregnancy. So there's that.
Oh yeah. But you said it wasn't quite like morning sickness. It was an awkward pain.
It was more like I was in so much pain I threw up.
But do you think that pain was related to a pregnancy pain or just like
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I would not have.
I didn't know if like you like did something, ate something, something weird that like just caused like a pain.
No, it was straight up like cramps, but like I could not walk.
You know, I think that kind of stuff is like, not to discount it, I'm not saying you're full of it. It's like mental. Like if you didn't know you were pregnant.
I wish you could have felt that pain this morning. Maybe you wouldn't say
just like give me a swift quick between the legs. Like this is what it feels like. No, but I wonder because I feel like everybody's like this, or at least.
Well, now that I know, you mean? Yeah, like if now, I didn't know
if
yet.
If you didn't know you were pregnant, would that have happened? Or is it because psychologically you know,
I mean, it's possible.
Which then triggers like other weird things in your body to happen, or the way you think, or you're relaxed.
Well, because your mom asked me yesterday, she said, "How are you feeling?" I'm like, "I'm great. I feel great." Like I literally just found out the day before.
Yeah,
Next day.
I swear it's got to be psychological. I wonder if anybody like has scientific evidence of that.
But it was.
I know you like woke up early like you normally do, get things ready, make coffee.
I was on my way to the coffee pot and doubled over in pain.
Yeah. You were in the bathroom for a little bit and then you got back in bed.
No, I took a bath.
Yeah. But then you got back in bed.
I couldn't even take a bath. It hurt so bad. Like
and I was like, dang, back in bed.
Yeah. But the Tylenol
Which is not
helped.
Like you.
Yeah. Tylenol helped though.
Who got you that Tylenol?
Wasn't it Kendall?
That was me, dude.
Then she got me the Pepto.
No, that was me too.
I was in so much pain. No, who fed me the water? Cameron.
That was water. I got the medicine for you.
No, I was in so much. I didn't even care.
Let's not discount. Okay, I'm awesome. I appreciate it. Let's not forget.
You are. I remember my first pregnancy with Cameron. I had a dream about Ritz Bits crackers with cheese. And I don't usually eat those or buy them or anything, but I had a dream about them. And I woke up probably at like 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. And I was like, I need some Ritz Bits, like right now. I need you to get me some. And you were like, jumped right up. You're like, I'll go to Kroger right now. Thank goodness it's 24 hours. But I remember
That's right. Coming through with the win.
Yeah, that was like.
Now, the one thing I couldn't deliver on, I think it was with Kendall, was the damn snow cones.
No. Cameron, I wanted snow cones.
Cameron?
And we could not find a snow cone to save our life. There weren't even snow cone kits out then.
No, this is like
we live on an island. I don't understand how no one had a snow cone.
This is like pre-Amazon days where you couldn't just like, oh, I'll get a snow cone maker on Amazon. I'll have it tomorrow. Like I was like, I'm driving all over town.
We could not find.
I'm trying to find a park of this, of that that's serving snow cones. A freaking truck. I go to Target to try to buy a snow cone maker. Nothing.
There's nothing.
Not a damn thing.
Now they're everywhere. I mean, everywhere. And then with Kendall, all I wanted to eat was oysters. I remember one time just literally
you wanted everything you couldn't
sobbing
eat.
Because all I wanted was an oyster and I couldn't have them. And also, it wasn't oyster season either. But really, I shouldn't eat them anyway. Like you're really not supposed to eat those pregnant.
Any kind of shellfish,
and I also wanted coconut shrimp, very specific. Now I know where the best coconut shrimp is, and that is truffles. Okay. So this time around, if we're going to truffles.
Making notes. Yeah, you've had some interesting cravings.
But I couldn't find coconut shrimp anywhere. Nowhere at that time. It was so crazy. Now I see coconut shrimp. I see snow cones everywhere.
Oh, I can't wait to find out what you're going to crave this time that I can't get my hands on.
I remember Cameron, in the beginning I was craving margarita mix, obviously without
Oh
the
my
tequila.
God.
And I made myself so sick. And I don't think I've ever had that margarita mix ever again.
That is so funny.
Sick.
I forgot about that.
I drank the whole bottle of margarita mix. And then threw up everywhere. So that was cool.
I forgot about that. You goof.
I'm not good with moderation anyway. So
no.
When it comes to eating and drinking, like when it comes to things that I like, if I'm eating something really good, like I will stuff my face till I'm sick. It's a problem.
And then you'll never have it again.
Yeah.
You're like, well, I just ruined that for myself. Oh, yeah. All right. You got anything else? I don't want to bore the listeners, but maybe they're enjoying you. I don't know. I have to listen to you all the time, and it's like not that exciting.
Nails on chocolate. Right?
No, I'm just kidding. You're the best.
I don't know. I guess we'll have more next time. I mean, I'm only 4 weeks and 2 days, so
3 weeks in 2 days.
So there's really not much to say. We have a doctor's appointment in 3 weeks, so I guess we'll know more than exact, dates and stuff. But
yeah,
I'm willing to bet that they're gonna say my due date's June 1st, or May 31st, something like that.
I hope it's June. I need a birthday buddy. Is May still considered a Cancer? How does that?
What is that?
Like my
horoscope.
Sign. Yeah, horoscope.
I don't know.
I don't
Ask
believe
my
in any
sister.
of that crap, anyways. Ask your sister.
I don't know.
All right. I don't want to bore you guys to death. Thanks for listening. I hope that some of you are half as excited as we are. Thanks for listening, and I hope you follow our journey through this one, and we're going to share as much as possible. I hope that some of you are encouraged by it. I hope that some of you learn something from it. I hope that some of you feel like you're not alone, and maybe you're going through some of the same things at the same time, and it helps you through knowing that, like, holy crap, okay, it's not just me. We're going to put out a lot more content around all this stuff, blog articles about the way Brandy's feeling and is that normal, and just stuff like that. So make sure you are following on Facebook and Instagram, and the blog on the website, and subscribed on YouTube, and the vlog page, my personal YouTube channel, Beav Brody, for all that kind of stuff. And we'll see you guys in the next episode. Yay. Peace.